Birds and the Bees against Splice, it took them a while to ramp up, but they both find themselves here. People have been hyping these teams up ever since the rival series even began, and they've proven themselves time and again. Game number 1 underway in our first qualifying match of the day.
And Peeps have looked hot today. And while Birds and Bees do find themselves in a qualifying match, the Peeps have definitely looked a lot cleaner and a lot more dangerous.
Starts with Gyro. He's blocked by Hoxer. And rolling off the side, Hoxer broken up by Arsenal. Quickly up was Reddles, but Roldiz on the challenge. Gyro having to take this out. Hoxer bumped behind him and missed against the side. Arsenal's already there, following closely as Reddles. It's bounced off the corner, and if you were tuned into our last game, Splice versus Evil Geniuses, it was a very slow and methodical game, and this has started off fast, and I don't think it will stop anytime soon.
Yeah, and you're seeing two different types of play styles going on between the last two matches, but that's not a play style you want with a big whiff, and then Gyro comes through to put it away. The Peeps on the board first.
You said it, a giant whiff opens the door for Gyro on the play, just sitting patiently in midfield. Roldiz coming around, actually shoots past the ball, and had it just launched at too fast of an angle, got to the far side of the ball, couldn't make the touch.
And it's something that the Peeps said in their interviews, Reddles, early on. They want to be aggressive. They want to be the aggressors in the game, and that's how it works for them. That's how they find wins. That's how they've gotten to this point, and that's how they want to take down Birds and Bees.
And the Peeps have had flash today in the promotion tournament. Gyro up for this. He scored a lot of goals so far today as well. Reddles had a sick pass early in their series against Evil Geniuses, and also that final goal in overtime where fate was his as he fell in front of the ball. Here's Arsenal putting faith into his hands. Gyro up quickly for this, forces his way past one. Reddles can't beat out Mist for the ball. Mist can't get back to it, so Arsenal picks this up back around to midfield. And we're seeing that aggressive play from Reddles. He scores the second goal here for the Peeps.
What a play from Reddles here. Just comes through, takes the ball away. Roldiz had no chance at it, and then follows it down. He boosts straight down. Hoxer had no read on the ball. It comes off the back wall, and Reddles puts it away. It's that speed. It's that aggression, and the Peeps are in the lead by 2.
The Peeps against Evil Geniuses came out scoring in a similar fashion. A quick pass is blocked.
He made the save!
How did he block that? Reddles, what? The pass, it looked short. I thought it was a goal.
And it wasn't. Reddles, a brick wall there. And he turns that one away. The Peeps getting things done on offense, and they're doing it on defense as well.
Gyro shots in.
Oh my goodness.
3-0.
And another fantastic shot coming off the right side of the field here. Again, Hoxer on the backfield, tries to get the clear, but it bounces out, and Gyro reads it perfectly. Nobody's home for Birds and Bees, and the Peeps up by 3 now.
Not even 2 minutes gone. And the Peeps, a lot of Peeps fans out there say, what, you're surprised about this? We see them do this all the time, especially against a team like Birds and the Bees, but it's a long series, Corelli. And only game number 1 for the Peeps. Reddles challenged against Roldiz on the play. Hunting closely is Hoxer. Both of these teams say that they're aggressive, and we see it right here. Roldiz just anticipating that next touch out, knowing that the Peeps are going to try to play it out to that corner. He was there for the pick. But the Birds and the Bees, they just haven't been able to score.
They haven't really been able to put anything together, and mistakes coming out on the defensive side of things against a team who wants to play as fast as the Peeps do. They go over everyone. It's an open net for Gyro, and the Peeps are opening up game number 1 in dominating fashion.
Arsenal teased this up literally on the front of his bumper for Gyro just to carry it through. 2 members of BNB are close to this, expecting the ball to pop up, not expecting Gyro to just kick it as far as he did. Not only that, but Gyro stayed close to the ball. He got that second touch off the sidewall, which got him over the entire BNB team. And that one knocked away, but it's domination in the first half by the Peeps.
And if I'm on Birds and Bees, I've got to get a grip here. 2 minutes left in this game, down by 4. They have had no control, and everything is working for the Peeps. So how do you get things going with this amount of time and with this deficit? And right now, it's not giving the Peeps the ball and not giving them the space to make things happen. Here's Arsenal now trying to go into the Birds and Bees corner, and that attack will kind of fizzle out.
Hoxer actually gets back to this. Missed having to get that corner boost. He picks up the ball, but Gyro able to knock it away. Reddles on the challenge. able to get it by mist. It's going to go the other way for a second. Gyro picks this up for Reddles. And now Reddles takes this from Arsenal. And the Peeps, about a minute left, sitting so comfortably. And all three members of Birds and Beez stuck right in their own corner. They can't break out. Arsenal scores a 5th goal for the Peeps. It doesn't stop coming.
And Arsenal just forces this one through, and all three of Birds and Beez come through into the corner to try and make a play on that ball. Most of them don't even touch it. And the Peeps take advantage. They strike, and Arsenal just forces that one through. Now a 5-goal lead here in Game 1.
When Game 1 gets away from you, you're very thankful for a best of 7. Just to be able to reset in Game number 2, knowing you have a lot more buffer room, because it is not a pretty start for Birds and Beez. And if you're a Birds and Beez fan out there, you can think back to their earlier series against Splice, where while that Game 1 was a little closer, Splice started to run away with things, and then they were able to fight back in that series and eventually win it in Game 7. Far from over is the point I'm trying to make, Corelli.
And something that I said in the pre-show, if you want to beat Birds and Beez, you shut down Mist. And so far, he's been non-existent here in Game number 1 against the Peeps. Really hasn't had any touches on the ball and haven't had a chance to make the difference. It's been Reddles all game long. Again, goes over the last defender from that right side of the field. A 6th goal now for the Peeps.
Peeps get control of this ball after Hoxer. Hoxer's waiting for a touch to come from either of Peeps, Arsenal or Reddles. He's waiting for someone to touch this, and he's playing reactionary, but there's too much space for the Peeps, and it gave Arsenal that first touch. Reddles is ready for it, as fast as a player as he is in this matchup, and Hoxer gets a pick-me-up goal, is what we're going to call that with 20 seconds left. But the Peeps have just been stellar the whole way through Game number 1.
Yeah, too little too late here for Birds and Beez. Looking forward to Game number 2 now. And if the Peeps keep playing the way they are right now, it's going to be a long series for Birds and Beez. They have got to make changes going into Game number 2. And the biggest one that they can start with is not letting the Peeps have so much space to pull out these individual plays.
And the rival series wasn't easy for Birds and Beez. While they did go 7-0, a lot of those series went Game 4, Game 5. They had to fight for a lot of wins. They're going to have to fight for this one too. So we head to Game number 2, and the Peeps will take a commanding 1-0 lead in the series.
Reynolds wants another one. He kept it up. And
why
so
not?
Gyro.
Get the Brazil. Where is it? Hoxer says no. We're going to get a second goal to end it. Enough of that. Game number 2 is going to play out differently. Peeps win Game 1.
Yeah, Peeps win Game number 1 here. I think we knew that one halfway through this game with the way that they were playing. Birds and Beez had no answer for the Peeps, and they really are the Peeps. They're a team that when everything's working, they are one of the best teams here today. They have shown it here in Game number 1. They've shown it in their previous games as well. So now for the Peeps, they start off hot, but let's not forget, to your point that you were making, Jorby, Birds and Beez, they've been in some long series. 4 Game 5s in the rival series, so they are clutch. They won all 4 of them, and so they're ready to duke it out. And the last time these two teams met, like we said, they went the distance.
The Peeps, with how they've looked today, it's almost reminiscent of how Bread, before they got picked up by Space Station,
really
in the promotion tournament last season. And we see, really, the success that Space Station had in league play this season, while it was up and down for them. I mean, the Peeps, they look so similar. They look like that team that can break into the RLCS and make waves. And I think that that Game number 1 is a perfect example of that. I think Birds and Beez, if their record is anything to show, that they will make this a super interesting series the rest of the way.
I have faith that Birds and Beez will make a comeback. Again, this is only Game 1. It's only one game. You know, you can score 75 goals in Game 1, doesn't make a difference. Game 2 starts 0-0.
Achieves earlier. He's like, the Bricks could score 10 goals and still lose the series. So, you know, we've seen it a couple of times already.
And we'll see how they do in Game number 2 here. Birds and Beez looking to make a difference here because, my goodness, the Peeps wiped the floor.
And Gyro and Reddles, really just the crux of the offense. It comes from one of those two. Arsenal picks up the pieces and assists where he may be. He's a perfect complement to what is a fiery duo on this Peep squad. Gyro back over to Arsenal. And Arsenal able to kick it downfield. Missed around the corner, trying to get back to his own touch. It's just too much power. It goes back to midfield. Reynolds gets back to make a save. Rolled is up for this off the backboard, and Arsenal was flying back, and he made the touch. That was awesome.
It does get some space for his team to get out. Now Reynolds trying to bring this one down, but he pops it up. Jumped on by Roll Diz, but he accidentally pinched this one the wrong way. And now the Peeps have an opportunity downfield. Arsenal is trying to set something up in the corner here, but so far so good for Birds and Bees. They're not giving up goals left and right, and they're closing down a lot more space on the Peeps here, not letting them on those solo plays and shutting down Reynolds, who popped off in game one.
And missed quickly to this. Hoxer ended up flipping around. I think he took a bad angle at the ball. He's back to this one, over to Roldiz. Roldiz was looking for Mist on the play, but Mist got demoed by Reynolds. He picks this up again around the corner. Mist is there again. Already, BNB doing much better than they did in game number one. It was 4-0 at this point in game one. Or it certainly felt like it. Arsenal back to this. Arsenal's shot is good as he just slowly hovers above the ground and has the shot and the goal.
And it's another unassisted goal, and Birds and Bees are just sitting there watching him. Mist is so late on this challenge. He knows that it has to come off that back wall, and Arsenal is looking to make that touch. There's really not anything else there to make happen for Arsenal, and Mist waits for Arsenal's touch instead of trying to intercept, and he pays the price.
Knocked around to the corner. Reynolds trying to find Arsenal, but it's broken up by Hoxer. Back to Roldiz. And Reynolds plays it out to the corner again. Following is Mist. And Arsenal, he knocks that one away. He's by another defender. He gets by two, and a demo to compliment. Reynolds is in, or a second Peeps goal.
And Reynolds, the right place at the right time once again. He's tracking this play all the way down, following Arsenal in the middle of the field, waits for that pass to come through. Mist can't react. Reynolds drops down a lovely touch to the back of the net, and the Peeps are rolling once again.
8 goals so far in a game and almost a game and a half of play for the Peeps. And Arsenal catches it on the sidewall, carries it to Birds and Bees' back wall. Gyro picks this up. It's blocked by Mist. I feel like BNB are playing this merry-go-round game on their own side. Just playing around the corner, see what sticks. A demo opens it up, and it's Mist. Corelli, you say he's the man. He has to be the man for Birds and Bees. He is on the play here.
He absolutely has to, and he does find an open net. The demolition opens that one up, and Hoxer wins the challenge, and it comes straight in front of the goal. It has to be a goal for Birds and Bees, and they finally do. And just in the nick of time, this game was starting to look to get out of control.
I had to stop the train at 2 goals. Could not let it snowball. And downfield, it's cut off only for a second by Roldiz. Missed off the back wall. The rest of his team catching up to it. It's Roldiz doesn't have a chance onto it. At least gets on top of it, trying to kill the ball against Arsenal. Failing in his endeavor is Reynolds back over to Arsenal, looking for Gyro. That shot, oh, Gyro off the crossbar, 3-1.
And Gyro is just hitting bullets today, and Arsenal doing such a good job of setting up his teammates. And look at how much space Gyro has in front of the net. There's just one guy, and he's got a lot to choose from there. If you're Gyro, that's a tough save to make if you're on Birds and Bees receiving end there. And Peeps, again, looking so good here in game 2.
It is the Peeps' day right now. As it continues, Reynolds to Arsenal, to Reynolds, and it's blocked by Mist. And Gyro is trying to buy some time, but Arsenal and Gyro got caught up, and Gyro getting bumped, ended up bumping into Arsenal as well. Reynolds was able to fight Hoxer off for a while and bought some time for the Peeps, but still a shot came through for Mist. Missed a demo again, trying to break up these rotations. Space for Birds and Bees. Off the corner, and no! It's bounced off the post and saved! Off the corner of the backboard and the ceiling, and they can't come away with a goal. Mist trying to play it away. Arsenal's there. Reynolds on the other side, demoed, and he's gone, but plenty of time bought by Arsenal. Birds and Bees heading down the field needs something to pull within one.
And that offensive try there by Birds and Beez, and maybe this one once more, is exactly what Birds and Beez did throughout their rival series run. They lock people in, and it's slowly breaking them down, trying to find Mist. He was the one to start it off with a great shot, but Peeps, their defense standing strong, and it's been Gyro who's really been that brick wall for Peeps all season long. 3 saves to his name in this game alone.
Reynolds finds one touch in the corner. Arsenal, he gets back to this as well. Here's Gyro up against the corner, met by Mist. So much defense that Birds and Beez have had to play. Quick transition for Roldiz, the shot right into Reynolds. The demo by Hoxer to open it up for Mist. He has to win that challenge. It's back over to Roldiz. Looking, who has he got? It's Hoxer, but challenged by Arsenal. Reynolds here, knocked away by Roldiz. Here's Gyro. He's got to clear this out. 25 seconds remaining. The Peeps have killed a lot of time off the clock. They need to kill a little bit more. Still, the Birds and Beez are threatening. And it's 15 seconds remaining. Mist. He can't get there in time. It's a touch off the ceiling. Reynolds trying, and a bump by Gyro. Don't think Hoxer had a play anyway. And they need to score with time left. Blocked again by Reynolds. Time expiring. That will do it for game number 2. The Peeps walk away with a game 2 victory and a 2-0 lead in the series.
Peeps are rolling right now again, doing so well on offense, putting together play after play, and then it was their defense this game that stood tall. 8 saves coming out from the Peeps, 4 from Reynolds, 3 from Gyro, really picking it up on the back end here when Birds and Beez were knocking on the door, because let's face it, they had a lot of opportunity in this game, they just couldn't convert.
And the third goal for the Peeps, the one that just made it a little too far out of reach, was Gyro's shot right off the crossbar. Almost about as perfect as he could have placed it.
And it's a tough one to save as well. If you're Hoxer in that net, Gyro has a lot to choose from here, and he picks the upper corner. And what makes it even harder is it comes off the crossbar as well. That's a tough one to read if you're the last defender. Hoxer finds himself in that situation quite a bit. And historically, he's done very well for Birds and Beez to make that save. But when Gyro's hitting shots like that, with the accuracy, with that power, it's tough to save.
And the challenge game just hasn't been good for Birds and Beez. I mean, the Peeps, Reynolds especially, has won so many challenges on every side of the pitch. It either kills any kind of offense Birds and Beez get going, or it keeps a play going for the Peeps, and they eventually break down and score. So Birds and Beez need to find a way to find consistent possession, because they can't win the boost battle if they can never win the challenge in the first place and win the ball.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Reynolds has been a nuisance in the midfield, or at least when Birds and Beez are trying to break out. He's that guy in their face, slowing up the clears, slowing up the passes. And Peeps, it's what's led to their success.
And game number 3 starts with Arsenal carrying it from the ground. The rebound is Reynolds, and Gyro's there to clean it up. And the Peeps don't stop.
They just keep going. And again, everyone getting involved in this play. Arsenal the carry over the top of the net, and then the shot comes out from Reynolds. It doesn't land, but Gyro's there to clean everything up, and the Peeps take the lead once more.
And so defense has been lacking for Birds and Beez in this series. Go 7-0 in league play, but the Peeps have shown up when it matters the most here in the upper bracket so far. A commanding series lead, commanding game leads, and now a 1-0 early lead for the Peeps in game number 3. Hawks are slow to this. Arsenal able to get back to it. Gyro almost had a shot. Roldiz gets in front and breaks it up. That's just a kick away. Birds and Beez have to chase down their own ball, and they get the demo, and Mist is able to put a shot on net, but still, that quick pass down, you'd like to have some kind of movement downfield where you can get the next touch, or at least be able to react to the touch of the opposition. But they still just can't break out and find anything consistent. Gyro hitting that one down. There was no one to receive the pass. Arsenal back to Reynolds, cut off by Roldiz. Missed his downfield, missed the shot. Gyro forced to make a save. He does. Roldiz has to turn back around. Hoxer not able to get in front of Arsenal. And the Peeps, that's probably the most offense they've faced all series long.
And they look good on defense as well, even with numbers down. Here's Arsenal now trying to pick up the boost in the corner. He does get it, but wasn't able to make a play afterwards. Still Peeps in the lead here, and Birds and Beez starting to slowly test the waters here and see what they can put together. Mist waiting in the middle of the field, awaiting a pass from anyone, but it never comes. And again, Gyro doing such a good job on defense, being that man to break up plays, slow down the attack, and even make the big saves. But this is a dangerous ball as Mist has an opportunity here. Gyro's already up, can't get the touch. And this one's going to see it to the Peep corner.
Arsenal, 2 or 3 times now, has been on the back end, stealing boost away. A lot of confidence in his 2 teammates to make the plays and get the clears out, and it's actually been really beneficial to the Peeps so far. They have been able to kill a lot of drives that way. As that third man for Birds and Bees, they've been slow to come up. Still, they might score here. Finally, RLCS breaks through. They tie the game up.
And it's one of their better attacks throughout the series. You can see Mist goes into a challenge. It pops up for Hoxer. He's quicker to the ball. And then RLCS comes through again, faster to the ball than Gyro, drops it in for Birds and Bees. And they finally get on the board where they have a chance to make a dent in the lead that the Peeps had.
Finally in position to beat the Peeps to the ball, something they've struggled with in this series. This time, it goes their way. Can they continue that fortune? Can they take their first lead in any game in this series? Bounces right off the top of the ramp and kicked down. Arsenal will play it out over to Reynolds. And Reynolds carries this himself, looking downfield for Arsenal. Arsenal back to the corner. Hoxer wasn't able to find the touch, but missed, and RLCS there to throw it back downfield, but here comes Gyro. It's cut off by Hoxer.
And Peeps are feeling a lot more pressure this game. Birds and Bees doing better to keep possession in their final third. You see Hoxer on the long rotation back to his own side, so the attack's going to slow down here a little bit. And a great out from the Peeps. Reddle puts another shot on target. Here's Arsenal to drop it down off the crossbar. It goes in for the Peeps.
And Peeps seem to have the perfect angle on the crossbar. Every shot that bounces off of it goes straight in. RLCS, he tries to get it clear onto this ball. He does everything he can just to get a touch onto it, and it's right off the backboard, straight out in front of the box. Both other members of Birds and Bees were still trying to recover on the play, and Arsenal was on the opposite side of the pitch, ready for it the whole time. The Peeps have the lead with 1:45 remaining. Look to trying to take to match point.
But this is the closest that Birds and Bees have been to this game. That one goes off the post, and as soon as I said it, comes right back out to Gyro, who puts it away for the Peeps, and just like that, they're in the lead by 2.
Gyro, the rebound king here for the Peeps, but nobody on Birds and Bees are able to pick up this rebound, not expecting it to bounce straight out off the post like it did, and they flipped straight by it, and the Peeps will take advantage of it as they did right there. Gyro picking up another goal. He has scored a ton today for the Peeps. They are a machine right now. The Birds and Bees just have not been able to crack.
And we're approaching that time now where it does get scary for Birds and Bees. They're down by 2 goals, 1:20 left, but more importantly, they're down 2 games in this series. Losing this one puts them on match point, and they have had no control in this series at all if they were to lose this game.
Arsenal. He finds Reynolds on the pass, high against the backboard. Here's Gyro. Gyro's shot is on target and missed, able to knock it away. Reynolds buys some time for the Peeps, but there's space. A quick pass down to RLCS. RLCS off the backboard. Can't get back to it. Didn't have the boost to be able to follow. And Reynolds will try to carry this. Mist is there to break it up. Gyro, he's trying to clear, and he'll clear it as Hoxer couldn't get the ball. Now popped up quickly, forcing a touch from RLCS off the backboard. Arsenal, off this, he has a second touch. Trying to figure it out as Hoxer. He's lost. He can't get there. RLCS having to back him up. 30 seconds. The Peeps, every touch that goes onto the Birds and Bees back wall is more time wasted off the clock. And Arsenal scores again for the Peeps. A blizzard of offense this season, or this series, excuse me, and Birds and Bees are buried under the snow.
And it's the vision from Arsenal to see that there's just nobody in net from Birds and Bees. Everyone was following the play and getting sucked into the defense of stopping this ball, and he just pops it up over everyone, and Arsenal finds the back of the net for the Peeps, and he gives themselves a 3-goal lead.
Reynolds back to Gyro, knocked down. Reynolds might have a chance at a shot. RLCS flips in front to make the save. Hoxer, he clears that out. It doesn't matter. Time expires. The Peeps, they won against Evil Geniuses 4-1. They just may sweep their way into the RLCS.
And I think the Peeps were upset They wanted a 4-0 against EG, so they're taking it out on Birds and Bees right now. 1 game away for the Peeps to be in the RLCS after 2 seasons of being in the rival series, after a roster change. They come through when everyone doubted them, and they're 1 game away to making it.
And you know that after that league play series that went to Game 5 overtime, the Peeps wanted to prove that they were the better team heading in. And the final goal, the one that really just sent it too far reaching, the goal from Arsenal here, really just shoring everything up for the Peeps.
And it's this touch right here off the wall. You can see he jumps into it to kind of catch everyone off guard. And he puts it past the entirety of the Birds and Bees defense. Again, kind of following that ball around on defense. Arsenal catches them out when he has a small window to put that ball through, and he does so there.
So Birds and Bees. Corelli, if you were in the position of Birds and Bees right now, you're down 0-3.
What do you do?
You're down 0-3. You've been outscored by just a flurry. It's been too many goals scored against you. How do you come back from this? What's your mindset going in?
I would say, hey, you got to have some more offense, control the midfield a little bit more because, again, the Peeps have controlled that. But it seems like the Peeps, if they're not on offense, they're making huge saves on defense. So for Birds and Bees, it's about staying on offense, finding those shots into the corners, away from defenders, scoring when you have the opportunity as well. We haven't seen too many. I think the Birds and Bees have only scored about 4 goals in this entire series.
The Peeps looking to be the new blood in the rival series. Can they capitalize what has been a stellar day with a sweep against their league play rivals in the Birds and the Bees? Arsenal on that challenge. Reynolds gets it cleanly in midfield. Gyro's there, and we're going to take a quick pause and make sure everything's okay as we reboot and get back into things. But again, just more tension, if you will, in this final game. Even for the Peeps, we talk about the Birds and Bees being down like this, but in this moment for the Peeps, you might start thinking in the back of your head, okay, now let's just finish it right now. Don't give them a game. Don't give them a chance to think that they can come and reverse sweep this.
Yeah, and that is kind of the scary thing for the Peeps is now you don't want to get comfortable. When you've been in the driver's seat the entirety of this series, you don't want to get complacent in your last match. Keep your foot down on the gas and finish this one out.
I just want to say that, James has been, look, he's joined a lot of lobbies. And this time, Corelli, neither of us joined the lobby. Instead, it was the ghost of the RLCS that joined the lobby this time. So
wow.
Resetting that lobby and getting right back in the game.
All I'm going to say is no one does that on the rival series.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. You might have just spelled your own doom right there.
I know. Now I have to be extra careful.
Hey, it's okay. At least you've never called a series over early.
That would hurt too.
Yeah, that hurts.
But yeah, we're going to get everything sorted out for everyone to make sure we have a fair playing field here. And of course, the Peeps sitting at a 3-0 lead in the series right now. We're going to restart this game from the beginning because it was only a few seconds in anyways. So we're excited to see how this one goes. Birds and Bees now have to pull off a reverse sweep in a best of 7. So they got to win 4 straight now to get their spot in the RLCS. And let's not forget, even if they do drop down here, they're not out of it yet. They'll go down the losers bracket to face Splice.
One more game. Can the Peeps finish it right here? Will they be your new RLCS team in North America? We find out right now. Here's the touch out. And Roldiz trying to play it away. Reynolds, ever the aggressor. You see, he knows he doesn't have a play on the ball, but he has that trust in the next man, the second man Arsenal, to try to make a play. So he goes for that boost steal. It doesn't work out this time. Actually, they have to work their way off their own backboard, and Gyro moves it out. But that's what the Peeps have been doing all series. The boost control has killed Birds and the Bees. You see right there, rolling around again, Arsenal takes away another boost for Birds and Bees to use. And when you don't have those resources, well, Roldiz scores anyway. It doesn't matter what I say. They get the goal. Roldiz scores first, and it's the first lead that Birds and Bees have had in this series.
And Reynolds tries to come through on the defense to cut off the passing play and shut down the attack, but it ends up setting up Roldiz for the shot, and it's a beauty of a shot. And like you said, he gives Birds and Bees their first lead. It took them 4 games, and they're finally in the lead for the first time.
Maybe this small lead at the beginning of the game is all it takes for Birds and Beez to fight back in it. Roldiz, in the span of 6 seconds, picks up another goal.
And again, the Birds and Beez now finding some space, and a shot comes across. Arsenal couldn't get back in time. A great setup there as well from Mist. And while he's been quiet here, Birds and Beez now sit at a 2-goal lead in the first 40 seconds.
Off the kickoff again. Almost finding his way through his Roldiz. And still, oh, that one. Reddles sent a laser across the box, and both members of the Peeps were close in front of that, hunting for it. Gyro against the ceiling finds Arsenal again. Reddles booming it downfield. Arsenal looking for Reddles. Reddles has the space, slams it against the back wall, and then back to the corner. Arsenal's there. He has a shot, blocked this time by Hoxer. Gyro picks this up, stays with it, but Mist has the clear. Hoxer following quickly, straight down, and Arsenal able to roll it back away.
Reddles already downfield to get to that ball. He couldn't. Mist was there. Still somehow gets a touch. This one's popped up. The Peeps looking to respond back after going down 2-0 early here, giving Birds and Beez a little bit of life, and they are feeling a lot more pressure now. Birds and Beez might have figured it out. This one goes off the post. Gyro can't get the touch. Reddles able to clean it up and get out.
2 whiffs by the Peeps there, but the rest of Birds and Beez had to retreat. And especially with the way Peeps have been playing, even if you didn't have to, you're probably expecting the clear to come. The Peeps have made every touch. Game 4 has been a different story so far. An early 2-goal lead. Arsenal somehow weaves his way up the backboard to get the clear out to the corner. Reddles on the follow-up. They are struggling, but slowly getting control in a huge demo.
Because the possession would have gone right back into Birds and Beez, and this lets the Peeps, no matter what this attack is, get out of their own end. They were facing a lot of pressure from Birds and Beez, and they're able to get out.
Roldiz high in midfield. Reddles carries it away from him. The Peeps hunting for something. Arsenal almost got there. He is Gyro high in front of the box. A slow ball coming down and coming off the top of the inside of the net. Hoxer able to make the touch out.
And it's perfect, and still the attack on now for the Peeps. You can see Reddles coming out from his own end. This ball bounces out to him, takes a shot. Big save comes out from Hoxer, and a good clear from him as well. But back into the Peeps' hands.
And a good play by Roldiz to flip back to buy Hoxer time. He had to go get boost. He doesn't get that boost. He has no chance at making that play. So all around on defense, a good team effort to keep this 2-goal lead. But the Peeps not out of it. So they're just continuing to test this backboard. Rolling it across. Reddles wrapping around, weaving his way through 3 defenders. Gyro straight back out. Here's Arsenal, looks for the corner, and it's blocked by Mist. Reddles hits it right back into Mist. Still Birds and Beez in trouble. Hoxer has to get a solid clear here. It's off the ceiling. Roldiz can't find the touch. He's got 2 options. Who takes it? It's going to be Reddles, but cleared away and broken up by Mist. Roldiz straight in front of the box. More time off the clock for the Peeps to close this series out now. Mist shot blocked by both Gyro and Arsenal. And they're going to try again as Gyro takes it from midfield.
The ball given up immediately. Roldiz really stepping up, owning that midfield, shutting down the plays from the Peeps. We really haven't seen as a dominating offense that we've seen from Peeps here in game number 4. It really has been Birds and the Beez finding that space and making Birds and Beez stretch out, or excuse me, Peeps stretch out on defense.
Double commit on offense there by Birds and Beez. There was some space, but no one on Peeps were able to take advantage, and so Roldiz takes point in the offensive corner. Reddles slaps that one away. Hoxer is there quickly. Gyro gets the bump onto Hoxer, but still, Peeps are locked in to the blue half, and a 3rd goal for Roldiz. He picks up the hat trick in game number 4. Birds and Beez are fighting to stay alive.
Roldiz does not want to go out without a fight here, and with 25 seconds left, gets his 3rd goal here in game number 4. Birds and Beez have looked a lot better here, and it's because they've been collapsing the space, not letting Peeps out, and they put on that pressure, and most importantly, Jorby, they're finishing their chances.
and bumped. Reynolds gets a goal here as he has a great bump play. There's 19 seconds left. He got to score 2. Maybe a breath of life in game 4.
Yeah, this is a classic 1v1 play as well. Popping that ball up, giving it enough speed to roll into the net without you, and then you go and bump the last defender out of the way for it to just roll in. It comes out rarely in 3v3, but Reynolds does it perfectly here, finds himself a goal.
Oh, Peeps needed something off the kickoff, and they don't get it. Now they're just hoping maybe to score a goal with some time left. Either way, they have built themselves quite a series lead. Gyro back to Reynolds. He almost had the touch. Was not good enough. That was the last chance they had. And Birds and Beez, they keep the ship afloat.
Still alive.
For a little longer.
Still alive, and their dream of being in RLCS stays alive as well. Again, even if they do lose this series, they're still in it, but you'd love to do it on your first opportunity here so that you don't have to have that pressure of going down into the lower bracket, and they took their first step towards that. They get their win here against the Peeps, and they start the long road back to reverse sweeping them.
And it was this very first goal that gave Birds and Beez their first lead. The challenge in midfield, and then a perfect shot from Roll Diz.
It really was a great shot there from Roll Diz because no one was up to challenge him. So he initially gets the touch there, and it's because of that challenge from Reynolds that sets up Roll Diz in the end, and nobody from the Peeps were ready for that one to react. And Roll Diz puts that one away. So it does go to show that that challenge across from Reynolds was probably not the best challenge because it's not going to pinch in his favor. It pinched in favor of Birds and Beez, and they punish.
And right after that, they lost a big kickoff, the Peeps did, and missed. He makes a good touch in the offensive corner, and Roll Diz scores again. And if the Peeps can at least kill that kickoff and they can at least have some back and forth,
game's different.
We might see a completely different series, but 2 early goals, it's so hard to be able to fight back like that.
Yeah, and this is good for Birds and Beez because not only do they get the win, but they get the win in pretty commanding fashion as well. They had three goals to their name here and only kept Peeps to 1. That's the first time. The lowest amount of goals that Peeps have scored in a game was 3. They've scored 3, they've scored 4, and they've scored 6 here in each of their games. So for Birds and Beez to finally come out on top, might be looking up for them.
And game number 5, the Peeps still trying to close the series out. And I had mentioned it before game number 4 had started. If Birds and Beez came away with a game 4 victory, maybe it just starts to creep into the back of the Peeps' mind. All right, it's fine. We got to close the next series. Instead, you start thinking, could they reverse sweep? Can't let it get into your head. Instead, it's an open net. Can he get there? No. Never mind. It's not open. Arsenal able to stay with it the whole way. A demo may have opened up the back for Birds and Beez, but it's still much better start again in game 5 for Birds and Beez.
Yeah, not getting clobbered by the Peeps early on here and a scary chance for them, but still the Peeps knocking the door a little bit, getting some possession in the final third, and a shot. Nobody's home. It's Roll Diz who has to come across and make the save. Still the attack on for the Peeps here as this one pinches up to Arsenal.
And the pass to Reynolds from Gyro. It could have been a solid shot from Reynolds, but Reynolds was coming in to clean up for Gyro. Don't think he expected the pass to come out as far as it did, and he had to readjust, which prevented him from ever being able to make a shot on net. Missed opportunity for the Peeps to be able to take the lead. Another demo, this time on the man out of the play. Gyro does make the touch back in, and another demo gives Reynolds some space. Splits defenders, but can't get back to his own touch.
You can see Birds and Beez giving a lot of space to the Peeps here once again, but still the Peeps not doing a lot with the ball right now, just kind of going into the corner and seeing if a mistake arises from Birds and Beez, which they're not making any. So it's a good sign for them so far. Reynolds still being a nuisance on offense. Now the demo comes out on miss, so opportunity could arise here, but he gets back in rotation in time.
And they've all come from Gyro. Gyro, every time, look, he's hunting on the opposite side, looking for another demo, hoping that they can crack this defense. The offense has been slow in coming. Gyro on the
another demo
challenge in the corner. Arsenal, Gyro gets in the way of missed, and Roll Diz able to clean it up. Gyro back to Reynolds. Reynolds was on the opposite side of Gyro, and again, can't find a way to make a pass or a shot happen. Arsenal has to buy time for the Peeps to get back and reset.
Physical play paying off there. You could see how much space they had at the top of the box here. Here's another dangerous ball. Reynolds whips around for it. Now it's going towards the Peeps goal, and it goes in for miss, and just like that, after all the pressure on the Birds and Beez side, they put one away.
It just comes straight off the ceiling. It's even a double commit, but it pinches on the challenge for miss, and it goes straight into the net, and the Peeps were still on their way back. They had put so much pressure on. The shot opportunities were there. They never came. They could never materialize any kind of real opportunity. The Peeps come away with nothing, and Birds and Beez have a lead. And in front, Reynolds can't score. Birds and Beez still have the lead.
Now a little disarray there on defense. Reynolds, a tough angle to find when you have two players and the post in front of you. Still, plenty of time for the Peeps to find one here. Here's Hoxer now forced to make a tough save. This one just bouncing out in front. He does a great job of recovering to it. It's going to go in for Hoxer. What a play from him.
Hoxer does it all himself here, comes off the back wall, perfectly flips into it. He flips into it early to give aid to the boost, to get him to the ball as fast as possible. He knows he has to get back to that ball, and he did it expertly to get a 2-goal lead for Birds and Beez.
And this is a great Game 5 here for Birds and Beez, even after all the pressure that they've given up to the Peeps. Getting 2 goals and sitting on it, keeping Peeps to none right now is a huge help.
And another pass to Arsenal's broken up by Hoxer. The Peeps, they've fallen apart right now. Less than 2 minutes to go, down by 2. Reynolds has this from midfield, and Peeps have to be careful. Arsenal and Reynolds both wanting to jump up for that. You saw Arsenal take a little hop as Reynolds was carrying it out. They want to be aggressive. They want to be that team that beats you with speed. They have to be careful, especially down 2 goals with a minute 30 left.
Now for the Peeps. Like you said, Jorby, at the beginning of this game, you start to kind of think about what's going wrong for them. What are they doing wrong? Why can't they finish out this series? Why are they letting Birds and Beez back into this game? And those types of thoughts are what can really bring a team down, and it might result in a reverse sweep if they can't get it together.
Reynolds carries this himself, has almost an opening in the box. Arsenal backflipped. Would have been a tough shot to make. A lot of angles covered by the defense. And Gyro kicks this downfield, but only gives it to Roltiz. Roltiz has missed there. And the Peeps in previous games in this series, they had kept it close. Reynolds, Gyro, and Arsenal had all just kept it close. Solid passes, especially in the attacking half of the field. We haven't seen that. It almost feels like they're playing with some desperation, trying to make anything work. Even early in this game, Gyro, does he have a goal? No. Almost split through. Hoxer had the save. Reynolds can't get up there in time. Miss clears it away again. Birds and Beez have woken up in this series. Their backs against the wall with 15 seconds left. No. An own goal will give them a 3rd goal, which will be a nail here in game number 5. Birds and Beez. And, you know, a little help from their friends, the Peeps.
And absolutely, you say it's a nail here for them. And yeah, 3-goal lead with 15 seconds left. You thought maybe the Peeps could put something together late in this game. But with all that pressure early on, nothing comes of it. They have 9 shots. Birds and Beez have 2 shots. The Peeps have 9. And yet, scoreless.
And so many demos for the Peeps, too. They tried so many things to crack this defense. They come away scoreless. BNB shut them out, and they continue their journey of the reverse sweep.
Still, a very long road here for Birds and Beez. They have 2 more games to get through here. Peeps need just 1. And for Peeps now, I think if I'm on this Peeps team, I'm saying to my guys, look, okay, we dropped our last 2 games, and they weren't too pretty. Game 4 was a little bit closer, but you've got to get back into it.
And this first goal, off that double commit on the challenge, Mist actually gets credit for the goal, but Hoxer, it's that challenge that pinches right on top of the car.
So yeah, it comes down off the ceiling, and then it's thrown downfield, and Mist, for whatever reason, is down there to put it away. It was going in either way, but still, Birds and Beez, that's what really set them off here in this series, and all of a sudden things started to drop for them. And again, only 2 shots came out for Birds and Beez there. Of course, their last one was an own goal. But yeah, it was a very strange game here for Peeps because you feel like they should have scored a lot more with the pressure that they had, with the opportunity they were given. Birds and Beez were kind of packed into their own side, packed into their own net, and yet still the Peeps couldn't break them down.
There were 2 specific opportunities that where Gyro tried to get his own rebound off the corner, and Reynolds is coming around to try to play off of it, or maybe pick up the rebound because he might not think Gyro has a play on the ball, or maybe he thinks Gyro's touch will be weaker. Either way, Gyro has the pass pass closer out to midfield, which is where Reynolds is coming from, and he cuts too far to the right, and so he can't actually take a shot on net because he overcut the pass from Gyro, and he's forced to play it out to the other side of Birds and Bees territory, and Peeps come away with a lost opportunity. And it happened twice in big opportunities for the Peeps. So they have to find a way to right that. They have to find a way to get back on course. Otherwise, it will continue to be disaster for the Peeps and a boon to Birds and Bees. We are in game number 6. Somehow Birds and Bees have fought back into this series. Gyro another demo, and a demo in response onto Arsenal.
And a great touch there from Reynolds to keep the play at least a little bit dangerous, to force the defense to respond. That's exactly what Mist did, but a touch back out to Arsenal. Look at the passing play from the Peeps. It goes in for them.
Extraordinary play by the Peeps. Starts with 1, Reynolds, then 2, Gyro, then back to Reynolds, to Arsenal. What a play by Reynolds. The finesse on that pass off the back wall with how quick it was from Gyro. Just bang, bang, bang. What a play from the Peeps.
The Peeps start off hot here. That's exactly what you want to do when you're trying to close out a series. Get that momentum early, set the tone with your first goal, and they do so here. But Birds and Bees looking to respond.
Gyro up for this. Only gives way for Hoxer. He gets back to his own touch, really stretching the length of Peeps territory. Arsenal playing it out to the corner. Does get it by Mist. And Gyro, he's bumped out of the way. Oh, he cannot complete it. Roldes hits the crossbar around to the corner. Birds and Bees, Mist picks this up. Hoxer trying to get in the way of Reynolds, and now it heads the other way for the Peeps. They handle all that physical pressure by Birds and Bees, and another demo on their own. Hoxer at least steadies it. Arsenal has a free shot off that touch, and the Peeps have a 2-goal lead.
And again, it's that demo coming out that opens up that space. Roldes is forced to make the play. He doesn't just want to sit in net. And mind you, he doesn't have a lot of boost either. He only had 20 to make the play. So he doesn't want to make the save in the net, but he can't make the challenge going forward. So Arsenal says, thank you very much. I'll just take the shot and put my team up by 2.
Reynolds around the corner. Picked up by Gyro, but knocked away for now by Roldes. Now Roldes has Hoxer downfield. Too much power on the hit. And a boomer will send it back over to Birds and Bees territory. Gyro has a play onto this, but rolls it straight back down and in. Looking for a challenge off the back wall, but ended up only hitting it himself. And Roldes, this one gets away from him as Arsenal plays it closely. Finds another touch, but it goes right back into Mist. And boom back downfield. Responded with a boomer by Reynolds. The Peeps, an early 2-goal lead. Birds and Bees haven't been able to fight back from a Peeps lead yet in this series. They've held leads of their own, but they've started with leads in the games that they have won.
And we're just approaching halftime here as Gyro, just out of nowhere, again, look at the space that the Peeps are given here. A double commit comes out, and that's what really opens it up. Gyro has been a fantastic shooter for the Peeps today in particular, and in the rival series overall. He puts that one away for the Peeps.
Hoxer had a chance at that ball. He cut in too far, went to the near post, and really just not the best position for him to be in to try to make a save. And that third goal could really kill Birds and Bees. They've half a game left. They have to get the clock started right now.
And there is time. There still is opportunity for Birds and Bees. Don't count them out yet. They've been in tough situations before in the rival series season, and they're doing it against a team that they've beaten. But with 2 minutes left, like you said, Jorby, they've really got to go and start this clock. You don't want to wait till you have a minute left and you say, okay, we'll start scoring now.
Reynolds collects the boost on the other side. Can't get the ball, but that's all right. Gyro's there. Flips back to it. Gyro almost making the play himself. Missed. Fighting him. Able to make a save. Well, defense isn't great offense when you're down by 3, and Birds and Bees, it's been a lot of defense.
Oh, no.
Gyro, too light. Oh, they pinch, but a good play by Arsenal to make the touch back around. Those are always so dangerous just because you never really expect what the speed's going to be coming out onto them, but it was so far back, and Arsenal had been so far. The laser blazing shot from Reynolds. Nice play.
I really love to see this from the Peeps. They're feeling themselves here, and Gyro passes this one over to Reddles, who puts that one on target. What a touch from him to find that angle. And now a 4-0 lead opens up for the Peeps. They are looking down the barrel of RLCS.
That flip looked frame perfect from Reddles, like right as he touched the ball, just perfectly executed, like you said, Corelli. The Peeps, 4-goal lead, looking like their game 1 through 3 selves right now. Recovered after what looked like a promising comeback from Birds and Beez. They weren't able to get a lot of offense in the last game. They only put 3 shots on net, but they came away with more goals than the Peeps. And they had 5 more minutes to figure it out, but it was just too much. The lead by the Peeps in the series, too much to handle. They have to score a goal every 13 seconds at this point to tie the game for a chance in the upper bracket to go to the RLCS. And instead, it's the Peeps who answer. They hold. And Reddles kicks that away.
It's been some of the best Rocket League I have seen from the Peeps. They were part of the rival series for 2 seasons, and this is absolutely the best that I have seen them. They have stepped up to the plate when it matters most. When they know that a spot in the RLCS is on the line, they have answered that call. And with a 4-goal lead here in Game 6, make it 5, Reddles secures that spot from RLCS, and the Peeps have looked so good today.
Everybody on the Peeps getting involved, not just in this series or this game, but today. Gyro with a goal, 2 assists, 3 saves. Reddles, 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 save. Arsenal, 2 goals and an assist. This team is unbeatable today. And you can see why. They passed the eye test on the field, playing so well, gelling so well as a team. Reddles has been such a great pickup for the Peeps. The dam holds, the levee doesn't break, and the Peeps are your new RLCS team in North America. You'll see them next season in RLCS Season 8,
and
9,
I couldn't
10, maybe. You don't know.
It would be impressive to stay for a few seasons, but I am so proud of this Peeps team, seeing them the last 2 seasons of Rival Series, the frustration 2 seasons ago when they didn't get top 2, the roster change this season, the gauntlet they had to go to even have a chance at this moment. They do it over the Birds and the Beez. Welcome to RLCS.
Birds and Beez, it's not over yet. There is one more team, and they faced them earlier. Splice. A 7-game set it went, and they have to play them again. Will Splice prove this time victorious? Will Birds and the Beez win again to punch their ticket to the RLCS? We'll find out very soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.